Kayla is about to go live online. Catch All Out Monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out hosts, Rico Robles and Kayla Rivera. Stand by and enjoy the program.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a special treat. It is a rainy day and it's raining guests. Yeah, we have them live, ladies and gentlemen, on the show. Please welcome Paolo Sandejas.
Something tells me winter's over, spring is coming soon. Heard the birds outside, they whisper in the afternoon. Snow is melting and the flowers, watch them start to bloom. Would've thought that I'd be nothing if I didn't have you. And I were wonderful, baby, and now I'm scared to finally living it now. On my way to healing the wounds that you left me. I think I'll finally found the pieces of the person that I used to be. To pieces of the person that I want to see. Moving forward, heart's been broken, nothing left to lose. Would've thought that I'd be nothing if I didn't have you. And I was wonderful, baby, and now I'm scared to finally live it now. Away to heal that you left me. I think I'll finally you and I were wonderful, baby, and now I'm scared to finally living now. On my way to healing the wounds that you left me. I think I'll finally bloom.
Having us live. Yeah, we got him here live. Paolo Sandejas is joining us. No, this is not the concert series. He's just here to drop by and say goodbye. Why, man?
I'm not even saying goodbye now. I'm not leaving yet.
Anay, when are you leaving? I saw your post.
August 14 is when I'm
tagal-tagal pa.
I feel it more now. Like after posting about it and after like counting the days, like it's less than a month away. So I'm just like trying to do as much as I can. So I had to come back, of course. Come back to the show.
But you know, it's your musical journey. So everything is turning so fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you were just when you were here and you guessed it, you were just launching something.
Yeah.
And then you come back, Isanigo, your song with Isanigo, really big Sunday morning. Yeah. And then now you're back. We are playing your song Sirens. Which you'll perform a little later on. But, you know, what's in store, man? Okay, so the move for the U.S., this is for school.
Yeah, it's for school. So I guess it's another part of my life, which I don't really get to talk about so much. So I took computer science for my undergrad, and I'm a musician. So, like, I feel like there's, like, a little bit of a disconnect with my day job and, like, what I really love doing, which is music. So this move is kind of me exploring what an intersection of both of those things would look like. So the course is really for music tech. So it's like you're kind of building software for music.
So
yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I
okay.
think it's gonna be cool, and plus it's in LA, so like there are chances for me to kind of like explore what my music would be like there too, while also of course not abandoning the local scene.
Uy, sobrang ano na. I mean, computer science, is that your personal choice? Or is it more
It
of
was a
like,
little bit of a family choice, but I was
uh,
also a science and math kid growing
mhm.
up, so that helped. So it's not too far for me, but it's definitely different from music. So
It's such an example that, when you're choosing courses in college,
yeah,
right? Sometimes a course will be thrown at you by mom and dad.
yeah,
Like with
yeah.
me, my course is nursing, but
Oh
I'm
wow,
here in media,
I can't
right?
imagine you as a nurse. That'd be pretty
Right?
funny. Yeah.
So we have the same somehow similar thing, 'di ba? Na
Oh
para
yeah,
bang
yeah, yeah. I know.
yung our paths led us to what we are passionate about,
True.
which
That's
is
true.
music and doing that. And then with you pursuing the music school, I mean, do you find it challenging? Did
It
you
was.
research on the school at
I
first?
did. I did. So
Uh-huh.
like I was looking for like I guess backstory to how I got here. Like initially I was gonna go for computer science
Mhm.
grad school, but like I realized pretty quickly like science grad school is like really really tough to get
Uh-huh.
into, and like the people there are like super research. They're like, have you read the latest paper? And I'm like, I don't
Ito
read
yung mga
academic papers
DeVry.
for
DeVry
fun.
yan, no? Mga
You know,
DeVry. Is that the school? Like DeVry and
yeah,
all
you're
that?
like your Stanfords,
Yeah,
your
yeah. Okay,
Berkeleys, and
okay.
they read papers for fun. And then
Uh-huh.
like I realized like maybe that's not me, but I was trying to fit myself into that mold.
Uh-huh.
And then I found CalArts, which was like had this music tech program that like, hey, you took computer science, you like music, come to this place, and we can build something. So I'm like, that's super cool, and I think it was just a great opportunity that I really wanted to kind of I wanted to grow and change, and I feel like that's a place for me.
And you mentioned building apps, right?
In a
And
way, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and software.
Mhm.
And if you were to build something now, since you've been doing
Wow,
music,
pressure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, what would be something that you would build?
Um. Thank you for the question, Rico. So I actually have no. I mean, like one of the ideas I initially had was like for something to allow artists to be more interactive with the crowd when they perform. So
Uh-huh.
my thesis for my undergrad was like camera uh, pose estimation. So like it can like identify where your hands are, like if you can see where your hands are going, what your movements are, and it can
Uh-huh.
like track that into the computer. So depending on what your movements are, I was thinking like it could be like like this specific movement like triggers like some pyrotechnic thing. This one dims the light, so you can kind of like be more
Interactive.
interactive in on stage, and you can kind of control the feel of the performance more as a performer on stage with like the
Oh, nga.
I
Well,
don't know. It was just a random idea. I had to do it for my application. I was like, oh, I guess that's kind of fun,
because
something
you see
exciting.
that now, like when you do chat online, when you like, we were online with Chico. I was doing the morning rush, and he accidentally did a peace sign, and then balloons start coming
No, yeah,
out.
that's post estimation. Yeah, that's for
That's
at Apple,
cool.
right?
That would
Also,
be it.
that happens to me a lot too. Sometimes I do a thumbs up, and it like appears on my phone. I'm like, I didn't intend to thumbs up that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But that would
It's
be
funny.
something that is a good,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And do
no.
you see this as a performer when you do perform on stage? Do you observe your crowd when they're on their phones?
I do. For me, like I know a lot of artists have like qualms with that, but for
Mhm.
me, it's like it's nice because like for me, I see it as like this person, wanted to memorize keep this memory. So
Mhm.
I find it flattering when people pull out their phones, especially when I know it's like a song that a lot of people like. Like for me, a lot of people like Sway. So
Uh-huh.
usually it comes Sway, people put up their phones and I'm like, okay, people know this song. But I do get it, and there are moments like in performances that I really appreciate when everyone's just kind of locked in. Like you can tell it's really quiet,
Uh-huh.
and everyone's like really listening.
And
That's good.
how do you feel when people tag you in your performances? Na
I
para
mean,
bang nanonood sila ng concert, nakatag ka,
for me,
tapos,
it's just like it's nice because I know that like people cared enough to post about it, and so I'm like, okay, this person enjoyed the performance. I take that as like my sign. I don't know if it's a great sign, but that's what I kind of use after performance. I'm like, okay, they enjoyed the set, cool, okay,
and it's
good, good
part of their
feedback.
timeline, it's
Yeah,
part
part of
of
their
their,
timeline, or they're like at Paolo Sandejas. Usually, if there's like a message, but
uh-huh.
even better. But usually, it's just like, oh, Paolo Sandejas heart or Paolo Sandejas star, and I'm like, cool, okay,
Alright.
they
Who was
enjoyed
the
it.
most famous person that tinag ka na para bang nanood ng
Mm,
show mo na-surprise ka na parang, uy,
let me.
can you remember? Even if any.
Well, that's interesting. I'm trying to think, but usually, like, I did like this influencer thing recently. It was like a Keels event, and I performed for that.
Mhm.
So when I was checking the tags, it was like all blue checks. I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, hey, they're cool, But it was really cool, and I think it's always just nice to read really nice messages from fans, and especially with new
You
leaders,
did mention earlier, part of the few changes, but you
Sure.
will be back and forth.
Yeah,
It's also you congratulations on the new change of label.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
a new home for you.
New home for me. It was definitely a step, considering this move that we kind
Uh,
of needed. I kind of needed to consider. So I think this is the best step forward for
mhm.
everyone.
And what label are you on now?
I'm under Sony now, so Sirens, this track that I just released, is my first single under them. We're preparing for an album later this year, early next year. So
Oy, okay,
yes,
kaya nag-music
my
school
first,
bigla.
yeah.
It's gonna add up to what, some TikTok dances? What is it? No,
I'm
but
not going to school. I'm not a dancer. I can
yeah,
never do
yeah.
TikTok dance. But I
But
will always try because people find it funny.
with
So
the new label, I mean, with you moving to Sony, ano
yeah,
yung mga, kumbaga, when you all were having, I know you're not supposed to discuss this, but the meetings, the conversations you guys were having, the usually may forefront dyan eh. Ito yung roadmap, here's the vision that we
yeah.
have for you. You
I
know.
guess like the thing that really sold me on it was mainly because of it was all I knew I was gonna move this
Uh-huh.
year, so there was a lot to consider there. Like, can they support me when
Uh-huh.
I'm abroad? Because I don't want to stop making music.
Oh.
So that was definitely the main consideration why I considered Sony over other labels, because
Uh-huh.
if they have the resources to support me when I'm studying and when I'm in LA. So
So willing to do LDR.
willing to do LDR with Sony, and may Sony din naman dun also. So
Oo.
like I think that's also a great thing. So to network with artists within the Sony community, it's great, and I think it's nice to have a really solid support group as well. With
For
this
those
move,
that are tuning in, we have Paolo Sandejas. He is
Hi,
joining us
hello,
here
hello.
live with us, just hanging out,
Mhm.
talking about the new music that he's coming out with. So what's in store? What else are we excited for this one? Okay, so you have a series of shows.
Yeah.
Ano yung aabangan, before the flight?
Yeah, so I did post about that recently. So there are some shows coming up. So if you're from the South, we have a show this Friday in Molito
Mhm.
for Pajama Jam. It's a show that I'm mounting. All these shows I'm pretty much just mounting myself for my fans. So if you guys are in the area, want to have a cozy time, especially with the weather, come to Molito. This Friday we sell tickets, and then we also have a Despedida show.
Hold on, Pajama Jam. Tell me about this.
Pajama
So
Jam.
everybody gonna be in pajamas? How is
Yeah,
it?
I think it was just a fun idea that me, Isanigo, and Tala talked about a long time ago. And I was just like, guys, you want to do like a cozy gig? Like it'd be fun to kind of just do like kind of this setup, like everyone's just in a room, chill.
Ano setup nyo? Strip down,
everything
like
is stripped.
parang
Everything is stripped. So,
acoustic,
acoustic,
no electronic stuff.
everything's acoustic. You kind of just sit on the floor.
Uy,
bring a
stick yun
band.
ah.
So it's really fun, really cozy. So if you guys like that and want to hear more storytelling, like behind the song, and be just closer to some of your favorite artists, and you come to the shows. And
So Tala will be joining you, and
so
also
this
Isanigo.
Friday, July 26th at Molito, it's me, Marty Franca, Timmy Albert, and Any Names Okay. And then on August 11 at 10 a.m., that's our next Pajama Jam right before I go. That's going to be in QC at Street Kohi. We're going to have me, Isanigo, and Tala. So the first Pajama Jam lineup, but in the North this time, because it's our first North version of this one. So,
Jovic, if you're watching, my friend Jovic's watching.
Oh, hello, hello,
he's
hi.
into music.
Come
and
to the shows.
Jovic Invante. Okay, so this is exciting stuff. Okay, so I know you're about to close up, but invite everybody. And what's for the rest of the year, man? What's to expect after August? You're gonna be, you'll be gone for a minute.
I have been like just preparing a lot for the move, so there's a lot in store. There's a lot of content that's back up, ready to go. So we have a couple more singles before the album comes out, and when I say a couple, I mean like a lot of songs. So we have some stuff prepared, and then the album comes out, and you guys are really gonna like it because I really like it. So yeah.
And the album, is there any collaborations? Is there any featured artists on this album?
It's pretty much just me, but we're looking into like maybe remixes down the line or like additional collabs later. But it's definitely more a reflection. I wanted to build something cohesive, like as a full album, and it's really been tough. I think it's hard to write a full album, but it was definitely a career goal of mine. So I'm happy to finally get to do that.
Ano yung challenges now? I mean, people release singles, but then when it comes to an album, kasi body of work in it, from the first song to the last song, it has to all be cohesive. We have to have interludes. You have that as well? You have story?
That's a word that a lot of artists like to mention, cohesiveness, right? You want to focus. And I think there's some artists who really have albums where every song really sounds so seamless together. But for me, it's more of like, I want to, the
I want it to kind of reflect me. So I wouldn't say my music is super cohesive.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it's me who's behind all of my songs. So like,
Mhm.
if I'm the only songwriter and I'm the only really person working behind it, it's all gonna sound like me at the end of the day. And I'm really happy with how this album's sounding. Like you're gonna have songs like Sirens, also this new one,
Mhm.
but also some more ballad stuff if you like that too. I have some really heartfelt songs in this album that I'm really looking forward to sharing with everyone soon. So
In the background, for those that are tuning in, we are playing Sirens. Actually, Paolo Sandejas
cool.
joining us live, and if you hear the sound, sobrang ano it's different. It's sort of like 80s rockish
It
kind of
there's
thing.
we're trying to go for like a fuzzy-ish vibe, but very we want it to be fun live, definitely.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of
Yeah,
the
we
goal.
could hear the sound. It's like
Yeah,
jumping
yeah,
up
yeah.
and down kind of
I
thing.
know, that's what I want. I want people to have fun at my show.
Ano yung inspiration mo sa show na to? I mean, with this song in general and the album.
It's tough. I mean, like I feel like I just listen to a lot of I've been listening to a lot of like alternative rock recently, but also a lot of like singer-songwriter stuff. So
Mhm.
it's kind of a merge of I believe my sound is just a merge of all of my interests and all of my favorite artists. So like John Mayer mixed with Bruno Major, mixed with Tom Misch,
Uh-huh.
mixed with like all these other songwriters that I admire. And
It's
I
it's just the adjustment of like parang to see it live. Na parang bang, did you realize that okay, so this album and yung label dapat masaya to pag live. You know to
either way,
perform.
I think my songs, someone like,
Uh,
especially like with my last EP, Bloom, like we're trying to move towards that. It's because I just enjoy. I realize like I really like performing, and I
uh,
want songs that will be fun to perform, and also to just like if you're driving or you're commuting or whatever you're doing, it kind of just puts you in a little better mood, or at the
uh.
very least, it makes you feel less alone. So I think that's
All
something
right,
I'm
man.
trying
You
to
know what I
focus on.
mean?
Yeah.
So, Paulo, before we let you go and get you to your last song, just some random questions. What's that one album that you could listen to from the
Ooh.
beginning to the end that you could just listen all day long? And that's like the body of work that you enjoy.
That's interesting. For me, like I actually recently started collecting vinyls.
Mm.
So I have really given that question some thought. But like some of the vinyls that I've collected because I can listen to this album front to back are the 1975's album Being Funny in a Foreign Language,
Mhm.
the new one. I really like that album a lot. John Mayer's The Search for Everything is also one of my favorites. Probably my top one John Mayer album.
Mhm.
Tom Misch Geography is also
Mhm.
one. And Lizzie McAlpine 5 Seconds Flat is also a really great album.
Kaya mag-LA ito, punta na sa Amoeba to. I think that's gonna be a hangout.
I know.
But thank you for dropping
Thank you
by,
for
and
having me.
excited for the series of shows that you have, and also the album. And the flight is in August, but you still have a couple of shows. People would still catch you. And August is the anniversary month of the Monster.
Wow.
You have any message for all the Monster to tune in, also to all your fans, man?
Yeah, thanks so much. I mean, first off, like happy anniversary to Monster. Thanks so much for supporting a lot of like the local acts here, giving us a platform, and of course celebrating like local indie. So thank you guys, and especially to everyone tuned in. Thanks for listening to me and Rico yap about like random things. So thank you guys, and to my fans, like yeah, thanks so much for all the support. I've been reading a lot of the messages, especially with the move. And it really means a lot. So thank you guys. I feel less nervous about the move because of you guys. So thank you.
Temporary lang yun.
Temporary.
There's
Yeah.
no place like the Philippines.
Yeah,
You know
we'll
what I
be
mean?
back. We'll be back.
You'll have better content.
Yeah.
Diba? Better food reviews.
You know,
diba?
people say the lighting's better in the States for some reason.
Oo,
I don't know
pero-
why, but ganun talaga.
Pero
It's
iba pa
weird.
rin. We're
We'll
excited
see.
for the music you'll come up with and then
Yeah.
bring it back here.
I'm excited too, and I'm looking forward to this new version of myself. Too.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
thank
my
you.
man. You leave us with one more song. Of course, this is Sirens.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Paolo Sandejas.
Waking up to sirens, voices that I can't deny. Morning light comes crawling, peace of mind I cannot find. 'Cause now you feel like home, suddenly it's quiet. Oh, how you calm my broken road. Now I crave your quiet. Waking up to silence, the only voice I hear is yours. Morning light comes crawling, that you saw on the bedroom floor. 'Cause now you feel like home, and suddenly it's quiet. Two broken hearts don't make a home, but still I crave your quiet. Waking up to silence, only voice I hear is yours. 'Cause now you feel like home, and suddenly it's quiet. Two broken hearts don't make a whole, but still I crave your quiet. Thank you.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila's hottest. Monster RX93.1.